joining me today. In today's Reiki session, we're going to be cutting some cords. This is going to be an energy cord cutting ritual. It's very much a deep cleanse that's going to center you and release you from attachments that are draining you. And this is relevant if you're trying to move on from a relationship, from a toxic or abusive person. This is relevant if you are trying to move on from an environment, place, situation. And it's also relevant if you want to remove beliefs that were never yours to begin with. This is going to help you release those unhealthy attachments and bring power back to yourself. So if that sounds good to you, let's get right into it. We're going to begin, as always, with a smoke cleanse to clear the space, clear the air, and this is going to help us jumpstart on this process of cleansing. I'm going to be using Palo Santos. Every time I use this, I feel tingles and shivers around the back of my neck and along my spine. It's so incredible. So I want you to take in this moment as I light this up and just allow the clouds, the smoke to seep into your space, your aura, and allow it to pool around those blockages where you feel that tension, that attachment that we're going to be working on. And take deep breaths so this can help you release what is already ready to release. Waving this around your aura, all around. Allow the smoke to gather into the spaces where it's needed. Then breathe deeply, breathing in. And exhale, really let the energy move. Breathing in. Let the energy move. Breathe in. Deep exhale. Good. Directing the smoke towards your neck and your chest, which is where we often tend to feel the tension. And I'd like you to relax your jaw as well. This is where we feel a lot of tension unknowingly. Allow your limbs to relax. Let the stagnant energy from your limbs to just flow through and out. breathe. Let's take some deep breaths. Breathe in. Deep exhale. Breathe into the chest. Allow the chest to really expand. And then let it all go. Feel that energy move. Good. One more time. Into the chest. Exhale out of the mouth. Let it out. Really nice. You're doing great so far. Throughout the session, I'd like you to continue to breathe like this. Breathe deeply, intensely. The breath is, in yoga we say, it's the physical manifestation of your prana, your energy. And so by utilizing the breath, you can really allow the prana to move, the chi to flow through, unlocking any blockages along the way, creating openings, opening up the nadis. So take a deep breaths, and you can even slow them down if you'd like. That will allow your mind to be more and more calm, more and more soothed. So we're here today because we want to cut some energy cords. I want to just explain a little by what that means. Energy cords are essentially attachments, energetic, emotional, and mental attachments that we have to people, to situations, places, objects. It's very much possible, and beliefs that come from other people, thoughts and ideas that come from other people. These are energy cords because they drain you. They are not you. This is when we extend parts of ourselves to the external reality, to parts of the external reality that no longer serve us. So it can feel draining because we're holding on to these things that seem to just drift further and further away from us, from our center, when it really shouldn't be like that. When we honor ourselves, we can choose to not engage in this sort of power imbalance. I think a really easy way to understand this is if you've ever been in a codependent relationship where there's this power dynamic and you've given so much of yourself to the other person, that's not healthy. And we do this in the same way we do this with so many things in our physical external reality. So today, I invite you to think about those things that you are attached to, that you're overexerting your energy into, that are draining you, that are pulling you in different directions. I want you to think about these things. The first ones that come to mind are going to be the easiest ones to release. So allow them to come to mind now. You know what they are. What is draining you? What are you ready to just say no to once and for all? Now with that said, I have a pair of scissors. This is going to help us with the visual representation of what is happening. The way I like to visualize it is I think of a rubber band rubber band that you may find in grocery stores. I live in North America, so we have these blue rubber bands that we wrap around vegetables, and when you pull them, you feel that resistance, and in my mind, it's like the other person or situation thing is pulling at the other end, and they just keep pulling, and you can see that the rubber band is thinning, it's getting white, it's not blue anymore, and they just keep pulling, and this is causing resistance, it's draining you, it's tiring you out, and you need to let go of this. And so I'm going to use spirit scissors to cut right through these rubber bands, and what happens is right away, right when I cut through, you'll feel this jolt as this energy rushes back into your body, and you're back to yourself, and whatever was draining you that was not you has gone away, has dissolved. So you may feel tingles as this energy dissolves and releases from your body. Okay, so that imagery works for you. Think about these rubber bands. Just think of them stretching in all directions. You're in your center, and these rubber bands are stretching in all directions against your center. And now I'm going to cut them. Just feeling for those cords. Now I'm going to cut it. Feel the rubber band snatch back into place. Come back to yourself. And whatever that was not yours is dissolving and being released. Feel the resistance, the pull of this rubber band, of this energy cord. And now I'm going to cut it, and the rest dissolves. You're coming back to yourself. And keep going. Whatever comes to mind, if you are ready, let it go. Let it dissolve. Come back to yourself. And even if you can't think of anything, just feel into the resistance that's in your energetic body. Feel into the resistance that's in your body. Really good. Feel that resistance, and now let it go. And once the cord has been cut, just take a deep exhale. That's really going to help. So feel the strain, the resistance, the pull. Deep breath in. Now I'm going to cut it and exhale. Good. And another one. Deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in. The timing was off. Okay, I'm pulling on it. Deep breath in maybe there's a really stubborn one, a big, big rubber band. Just sensing it over here. I'm going to feel into it. It's a big rubber band. I'm going to cut through it. Take a deep breath so that you're ready. Let's cut through it. And feel the band snap back into place, go back to you, and I'm just going to let this one go. It's dissolving. It's being released. Take another deep breath in. And let it go. Good. If you're finding it particularly difficult to let go of one specific attachment, because there may be a reason you're here, there's a big attachment that's hard, and I get that. Maybe it was a really powerful connection in the past. So I want you to let that come to mind now, and I'm going to help you through it. I know it's a big attachment. It's really draining you currently. I want you to just know that by doing this, you are honoring yourself and therefore honoring the other person or the other situation, thing. You're doing yourself a huge favor. This is going to really propel you forward. And there may be more things to process in the future. But this is the first step. It's you choosing to process this, come back to your power, and do what's right. So now if you're ready, think about this immense energy cord that you're feeling tied to. Now see it as this long, thick rubber band. This rubber band that's right over here. Feel into the resistance. There's this strong resistance that feels like pain, suffering, physical discomfort, emotional discomfort. Feel into that right now. And now observe this energy cord that I'm holding on to. I have my scissors, and now take a deep breath in. You're ready to overcome this. I'll cut through it. And now exhale. Just let it go. Letting it dissolve. We're letting it release. Go back to where it's needed. And if that wasn't enough, let's try again. Deep breath in. Feel into the attachment, the pain, discomfort, and now exhale and let it go. Feel the rubber band snap into place, snap back into place. You're coming back into your power, and the rest has dissolved. Now, third time's a charm, so let's do it one more time. I'm going to pull this cord, help you feel into it. This is the cord that we're working on, this cord right here. Feel into that resistance, feel into the cord, the energy. Now breathe in. And exhale. back into balance. And we're just going to keep going until you feel as light as a feather. You're not supposed to feel drained. It's not natural to feel drained. We only feel drained when we are not being ourselves. Have you noticed? So let go of everything that's making you feel as if you're not allowed to be yourself. Some really thin cords, just remnants, very unconscious bits of attachment and resistance. These fine cords that are sort of sprinkled everywhere. I'm just going to use my scissors and cut through them. Observe all of these things that you've released now that you've cut the cords to. Watch them as they float further and further away from your vicinity. They go further and further away and they're dissolving. They're dissolving. Allow them to float further and further away. They're getting smaller and smaller. They're dissolving into thin air. They no longer serve a purpose, so they're disappearing from your vision. They're floating off into the horizon. They no longer matter. They're floating away, dissolving, disappearing. You did so well. Now that you've released these attachments, I want you to just sit with this feeling of lightness that you now have. It may show us more mental clarity. It always does for me. An expansiveness in the chest. Feeling more energized. Actually seeing light internally within you. Feel into all of that because you've come back into your power. You're standing in your center, or lying down in your center, or sitting in your center. You're back in your center to feel the center awareness, the centeredness. And if you need some help with this, then I have my trusty selenite, and like you probably already know, selenite has this very potent, light, powerful energy that not only cleanses you, but it activates your highest chakra, allows you to feel into your crown chakra. So will most definitely make you feel light and expansive and purified. If what we did earlier was a little intense, you now have an opportunity to soothe and calm your energetic body. It's always hard to let go, and especially attachments to people, I believe. There's so much mourning and grief that come along with it. So give yourself this moment to soothe as you come back into balance. Now it's time to rest. I invite you to rest. Relax your body, your physical body, energetic body, emotional body, and mental body. Feel into the light that is now being transmitted to you. Feel into Reiki. Know that you're healing. You are always healing. Thank yourself for taking the time out of your day to tend to your well-being, to take the initiative to cut energy cords and release attachments. Thank yourself for seeing the benefits of this despite how hard it can be sometimes. Relax into your centeredness. You may even want to remember where it is in your brain that you feel the centeredness. Give it a mental location within your brain so that you can find it the next time you want to feel this way. If your brain was a map, where would the centeredness be? Put a star right on that spot and remember it. so you can come back whenever you'd like. When you're ready, allow yourself to drift off into sleep. I wish you a beautiful night, sweet dreams, and I'll talk to you in the next video.